Vevor X6, X9 with the 515 nozzle. I wanted to tell you a little bit about this 650 watt Vevor Airless paint sprayer that I'm using. Number one, I've used it on several jobs now. And so I'm very familiar with how it works, how to use it, how to quickly set up and clean up afterwards. And I'm down to about maybe 10-15 minutes at the most with both priming it and setting it up and cleaning up afterwards. So I still don't use it on a real small job that I can just take a roller if I'm doing one door, or if I'm just doing a couple of pieces of wood before I put them up. It's just not worth it for pull any sprayer out for stuff like that. But on bigger jobs like this, it is absolutely awesome. It saves me a ton of time. As a matter of fact, I set the camera up and pressed record before I sprayed anything, and I left the camera going the whole time and cut the bits and boring pieces out on here, so this video is probably less than 20 minutes. But I looked at the timer on the camera, and the camera was on for a total of only 28 minutes. So that is, even when I had trouble with it, the pickup coming up out of the paint, and I had to reprime, that I probably could have saved an extra 2 or 3 minutes if I hadn't done that. Oh, and that reminds me, I also wouldn't have had to done that if I'd have had the newer Vevor that replaces this one. They've got a newer, more modern Vevor out, because I've had this one for a long time. So it's like the old model. And the new model that's 650 watts comes with a stand, so you don't have to, if you're looking at my video, you can see I've got a two-wheeler there, and I've set up my own little hillbilly stand and setup and everything, which is kind of rickety and falling apart. But if I were to buy this thing today, and I put a link in the description to the one I would buy today, it's the newer Vevor 650 watt, and it comes with its own stand, two-wheeler stand. It also has 5 different nozzles and 5 extra filters for the handle. And despite all the inflation and everything, it's still the same price as this one was years ago. So the link to that one is the one I use, because that's the one I would buy today. And now, if their listing has not changed, also on the same listing, you know, it comes up, the 650 watt is like the most affordable one. But for a little bit more money, there's a 750 watt. There's a little bit more money. There's a 900 watt, a 950 watt, even on up to a 1500 watt. Unless you're running a business with one of these, I don't know what you would need all that wattage for, because none of the all the projects that I've done with this thing, it has, with the 650 watt, has been more than enough for me. I mean, I don't know how I could keep up with or move any faster than what it's putting the paint out. Especially if I were on a ladder or something, I wouldn't be able to keep up with the thing. So I don't know about you guys, but the 650 watt is plenty for me and what I do. The only thing I wish about it is I wish it had come with that stand, and that's why I put the link in my description of the newer one that does have the stand. Now this building is 12 by 16, and I put 2 coats on it, and it used up about a little bit more than half of a 5-gallon bucket. And I was spraying straight paint, not cut at all. I didn't mix any water with it at all. I wanted to see if the sprayer could handle the full thickness of the paint, and sprayed on that way, because this siding is very textured, and I was afraid I'd have to put 3 or 4 coats on it if I thinned it out any. And of course, what thickness of paint you can use depends a lot on what nozzle you're using. That's why I mentioned the size of the nozzle at the beginning of the video. And if I remember to, when I'm editing the video, I will jot that down, and then I'll put the number code of the nozzle in the description of the video, so you don't have to go back and rewatch to find out what size it is. Now, this shed I'm trying to build for less than $2,800 to replicate the $6,100 Home Depot Tough Shed. And of course, the challenge here is to, build a $6,100 shed for less than $2,800. That's not easy, but I believe I'm going to be able to do it. And at the end of this, I will put some footage of the finished shed, and I will put a link to in this series, which will probably be either building the doors or putting the metal roof on. And then in the other corner, I'll put a link to the entire playlist where you can see building this thing up totally from the ground, the floor, everything all the way up to and including the roof. And I'm sorry if my voice doesn't sound right. I've had some miserable cold or flu or something, and I just feel terrible. Thanks for watching. I hope to see you in the next one. Till then, when you come across challenges, remember, be a victor, not a victim.